The boundary setting practice protocol is a structured framework designed to move away from opaque walls or silent resentment toward true, transparent boundaries that invite deeper connection. According to the sources, a healthy boundary is not about controlling someone else's behavior, but is a firm declaration of your own personal limits based on your values. The following steps outline the core protocol for setting and practicing boundaries effectively. 1. The step-by-step communication protocol. When you are ready to express a boundary, use these 8 steps to ensure clarity and emotional safety. 1. Choose the right time and space. Never set a boundary over text. Aim for an in-person conversation, or at least a phone or video call. 2. Ask for consent to talk. Use a phrase like, "There's something important I'd like to talk about. Is now a good time?" 3. Describe the behavior without blame. Stick to the facts of what you have observed, e.g., "I've noticed we cancel plans at the last minute pretty often." 4. Name the underlying value. Explain why this matter is important to you, e.g., "Reliability really matters to me. It helps me feel secure." 5. Share how you felt. Contextualize your reaction, e.g., "When plans fall through, it reminds me of feeling unimportant in past relationships." 6. Set the boundary. Clearly state your limit and what you will do, e.g., "If this happens again, I'll need to step back from making plans for a while." 7. Make an optional request. You can invite the other person to adjust their behavior, e.g., "Would you be willing to give me a heads up sooner if something comes up?" 8. Observe their response. If they are defensive or dismissive, take note. This is information about the health and viability of the connection. 2. The boundary formula. A key part of the protocol is using a specific linguistic formula to keep the focus on your actions rather than the other person's faults. Next time I notice X, I will do Y because V, my value, is important to me. 3. Distinguishing boundaries from requests. A critical part of the practice is recognizing the difference between these two tools. A boundary is a statement of what you will do if your limits are ignored, e.g., "I'll need to leave the room." It is self-honoring and about personal alignment. A request is a question or an invitation for someone else to adjust their behavior, e.g., "Can you call me to check in?" It is collaborative rather than a firm limit. 4. The practice worksheet. To internalize this protocol, the sources recommend a boundary setting practice worksheet, where you identify who you are setting the boundary with, what specific behavior you have noticed, your specific response to that behavior, the core value that aligns with your response. 5. Managing post-boundary guilt. The protocol includes a psychological component for handling the soul-crushing guilt that often follows setting a limit. The sources explain that this guilt is a poor nervous system response to breaking an old pattern of self-abandonment. To manage this, reframe guilt as growth. Understand that if a boundary, which is an invitation to connection, causes someone to disconnect, it reveals the fragility of that connection, not a failure on your part. Somatic self-soothing. Use techniques like placing a hand on your heart or deep breathing to ride out the chemical surge of cortisol that occurs when you disappoint others to honor yourself.